The Dodgers put a stop to signing Teoscar Hernandez just yesterday. It seemed that Hernandez was ready to sign a contract with the Dodgers, but the Dodgers basically put the stop sign up. What's going on? I'm here to talk to you all about that in this edition of Dodgers Digest. Also, we get into the latest on Shohei Ohtani. We have an injury update for 2025. Hey, this is Mike Nelson. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I want to thank the 21% of the ones who are watching these videos who have already hit the sub button, but 78% of you have not subscribed yet. Myself, Brad J, will bring you everyday Dodger content. You don't want to miss out. We're the best Dodger channel out there. Make sure to hit the sub button. Let's get right into it. Of course, Teoscar Hernandez, the Dodgers remain interested, but they face a gap in contract negotiations. Of course, we kind of talked about this yesterday. Alden Gonzalez of ESPN reported on this yesterday while reporting, of course, on the Michael Conforto signing. The Dodgers have been in negotiations for the past few weeks, but they have been unable to bridge the gap. And now we got pretty much another report here from Noah Cameras. The holdup is not on the Dodgers end. It's not from the Hernandez camp, which is kind of surprising. I know there's some fans out there that were saying that, maybe Hernandez is looking for a lucrative contract. He's looking to kind of secure the bag, so to speak, at his age at 33. But no, it looks like the Dodgers are the ones that are holding up this entire contract negotiation. Hernandez has made it clear that he wants to sign with the Dodgers, and Sunday both sides were close, and the Dodgers were not yet ready to finalize it. So this is obviously, pretty big news to say the least, that Hernandez seems like he is willing to sign a contract with the Dodgers, and the Dodgers are just not finalizing the contract. I mean, it's kind of crazy because they already signed Michael Conforto yesterday, and, like we talked about yesterday here on the show, how would this impact their pursuit of Teoscar Hernandez? And it almost seems like signing Conforto kind of cooled things off with Hernandez yesterday, right? Because they were close to making a deal, and the Dodgers put a stop to it. Now, we don't know exactly what's going on, but it seems like Hernandez is really sold on coming back to LA, right? He wants to play for the Dodgers again in 2025. I mean, he won the World Series in his, first year with the Dodgers in 24. And, he wants to be a part of that again. He wants to be part of a team that could potentially, repeat, right? I mean, that's the Dodgers are favored to win the World Series again next year. I mean, they just signed Blake Snell, one of the best pitchers in baseball, arguably one of the biggest signings in the whole offseason. And, they're putting a lot of pieces together that were there last year. I mean, the team is basically intact. They're going to maybe lose a couple pitchers, but everybody in the field is staying. Everybody's going to be part of this team. Almost everybody. There's some rumors about Gavin Lux. So what do you guys think? Gavin Lux can get traded? Potentially. I think they could trade him, especially if they can get a quality reliever like Devin Williams, like we've talked about here on the show. I think that's a strong possibility, Gavin Lux being out the door. But outside of that, their players on the field are staying, right? And Teoscar Hernandez is the big question mark because he was an important factor in the Dodgers, to say the least, last year, right? I mean, he was very important for the Dodgers. Let's not forget what he did during the regular season, and he was, of course, very important in the playoffs. So he's the kind of player that you don't want to lose. Even Dave Roberts talked about today at the winter meetings that he doesn't want to see Teoscar Hernandez leave. He wants to see him back. Like he said, it would be rough, to see him leave because, as a manager, as a fan, you want those kind of players to stay on your roster. I mean, he's been, he's been a delight to watch night in, night out, and I think he brings a lot of energy and just a cool guy, right? All the fans really like Teoscar, and we all want to see him back. And it's a little frustrating. I don't know what you guys think. Comment below. It's a little frustrating how the Dodgers are managing this whole situation, holding up the contract when they were about to sign, according to a pretty good source, and Noah Cameras of LA Times. I mean, that's pretty rough. I mean, one of your top players, and you're basically playing this game. I mean, Hernandez and his agents, unfortunately, could, eventually kind of get tired of this and go somewhere else. And we know there's even a report out there that the Yankees are now interested in Teoscar Hernandez. As we know, they lost out on Juan Soto. So, they're going to try to maybe get Hernandez to go from LA to New York, which would be devastating, I think, for the Dodgers to see him go to the Yankees. So I think the Dodgers, we're all hoping that this deal can get done, tonight. Hopefully I'm going to be doing another video with you guys later tonight talking about that contract being finalized or something, early tomorrow, because we got to get this deal done here. It's definitely getting, I'm getting a little nervous, right? Because Soto already got signed, so what are the Dodgers doing here, right? What are they doing? Are they potentially going to let him go? What do you guys think? Do you think the Dodgers are thinking about letting Teoscar Hernandez go due to his age, due to his contract demands? What's going on exactly? What are your predictions? I want to see. Comment below. Now, let's talk a little bit about Shohei Ohtani. Yeah, the best player in baseball. We got a pretty interesting update, of course, today about Shohei Ohtani. And that's that, when the Dodgers open their season in Japan next March, it's looking like Shohei Ohtani is not going to be pitching in those games, right? That's what Dave Roberts said today. Dave Roberts, basically, he had surgery on the non-throwing shoulder, as we know, getting hurt in the World Series. And, he took another year, to rehab the damage that he had, the collateral damage, ulnar collateral damage on, of course, the throwing arm. And the idea of pitching Ohtani in his home country is just seen as unlikely. And, Dave Roberts said, I don't see us starting the clock in March to then think we'd have to keep that continuously going through October. Because let's face it, the Dodgers want to be playing late into October, into November. They want to be playing the World Series. That would call for a break in the middle of the season. So I don't know. That's what Dave Roberts told Bob Nightingale of the USA Today. Bob Nightingale of the USA Today. I don't know. But anyway, what do you guys think? Ohtani not pitching to start 2025. Well, you can't be shocked, right? I mean, the guy got hurt in the World Series. That has definitely hurt his rehab. But I don't know. I really think the Dodgers are not going to rush Ohtani back. And simply because they have a lot of pitchers now, right? They're going to sign Blake Snell, and then hopefully they get Sasaki too. And, Ohtani, of course, fits in the rotation. It's not like I'm saying there's no space for him, but the Dodgers aren't as desperate to rush him back because they're just not. They're not going to be desperate to rush him back. They still have him, they still have his bat, which is very important. He's the best offensive player in baseball at this time, and obviously the best offensive player on the Dodgers. He is too important to the Dodgers to be risked on the mound, right? And that's why I think the idea of having him, pitch every 5 days or even be a consistent starting pitcher on the Dodgers seems unlikely for a long period of time. Maybe they'll do this for a couple years, and after a while, my prediction is he's just going to focus on being a designated hitter because it's too important. He knocks in too many runs. He gets too many home runs. He's just too important for the Dodgers offensively to be risking him on the mound, especially when you have the kind of roster the Dodgers have. So not too, concerned, but not surprised. We might not see Ohtani for a while. I mean, and for on the mound, right? It might not be till late April, early May. Wouldn't be surprised. What do you guys think? Do you think Ohtani gets the, pitches quickly right away out of the get-go after the Japan series? I don't think so. I think we're going to have to wait a bit to see Ohtani on the mound for the Dodgers. As always, make sure to subscribe, and let's go Dodgers. Woo!